Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Friends, in this video I'm going to show you the important bits that I have felt during the assignment in programming in Java course of our NPTEL. So guys, in this video I'm discuss these assignments regarding week 4, 5 and 6. So let's see some of the important bits. So guys, before that, please subscribe my channel and on the bell notification so that if I post any video you will get immediate notification to your mobile. So let's go into the video. Friends, the first question here is belongs to third NPTEL assignment, as I have forgot to give you in this previous video. So now I am giving the answer for this question also. First of all, let's read this question. Which of these is used by operating system to manage the recursion in Java? Friends, we know that this is a direct bit and it is stack. Stack is a operating system used tool to manage the recursion in Java, so that if there is any, the stack is like this. So here we can manage recursions in our operating system by using this stack. So coming to the second question, that is which belongs to unit 4. Which of the following package or packages stores all the standard Java classes? Guys, we know this. The package name is Java itself. So option B. And the package is also Java. So option B is correct answer for this question. So moving on to the next question in unit 4. Which of the following statement or statements is correct regarding an interface in Java? If you clearly observe all the options, when coming to the fourth option, an interfaces cannot be instantiated but can be extended by other interfaces. Guys, this is what we have came across during the NPTEL assignment lecture videos by some examples showing that interfaces can be extended. Interfaces can be extended, but the recursion is not possible. That means the reverse of this is not possible. Only interfaces can be extended by other interfaces. So option D is correct answer. And coming down to next question in unit 4. In this question, what is the significance of this asterisk mark? The star is called as, you know, that asterisk, and asterisk in the following line where package denotes the name of a package. Guys, we know that import statement is used to import any packages. Here they give package name is given for package only, and star means it denotes that if we don't know, or if we exactly unaware of the what package we are going to use, we can use this asterisk mark. so that all the packages, classes and interfaces of this package will be imported. So option C, all the classes and interfaces of the package will be imported. This is the correct answer, option C, for this question. It's very simple question. And coming to the last question that I have picked in unit 4 assignment, that is regarding access specifiers in of packages concept. I'm reading the question. Which of the following access specifiers should you choose if you need access restricted to only subclass in the same package or different packages? So guys, if you listen the word only subclass, if you see any sentence with this word any subclass, this directly refers to the public access specifier protected. The default public and private access specifiers do not possess a word subclass. This is the direct meaning you can remember easily to identify protected as the correct answer. Subclass is the keyword here to find out the correct answer, that is protected. So guys, if you see anything like this subclass, then you can directly or blindly fix protected as the correct answer. And for unit 4 we have completed the most important bits that I have pasted here. And let's go to the unit 5 questions. When coming to unit 5 question, and first question, all interface methods are implicitly. That means the correct answer is option B, public and abstract. Here I can explain this. Generally, we should need not to be write explicitly as all interfaces or all interface methods are public and abstract, because they are already public and abstract. They are already public and abstract. So we need not to write it explicitly. The interface method itself says that they are already public and abstract. So option B is the correct answer for this question. And moving on to next question. Which access type data gets derived as private member in derived class? So the correct answer is option C, protected. You can find out various examples on this access data type protected. It is derived as private member in derived class. And coming on to the final question that I have picked from unit 5. Which one is correct declaration for implementing two interfaces? Friends, if we see option B, it is given syntax class C implements A comma implements the B, but this type of syntax is not at all exist in Java, so this is wrong. And coming on to option A, class C implements A comma B, but in between A and B, this is not correct declaration for implementing these interfaces, because if class C implements A comma B, it should not be like this, and it should be like class C implements A, and should it between two interfaces A should also extends B. So C implements A and should extends B. So this is also wrong answer, and option D also wrong answer. So this implies to the option C, class C implements A extends B. So option C is correct answer. So friends, let's move on to the sixth unit questions. Friends, here I have picked most questions in unit 6 as it is appear to be more important than 4th and 5th units. There are very similar bits by using these try, catch, all these type of keywords and blocks. So let's see a glimpse at the 6th unit. Which of these keyword is usually used to manage manually throw an exception? The correct answer is option C, because the word throw itself says the keyword throw. Need not to remember much, but it is very simple bit but also important. So option C is correct answer. Coming on to next question. Friends, if you look at the 5th unit last question, we have a small mistake, that which one is correct declaration for implementing two interfaces. I have just remembered, if there is two interfaces, that means they are not fulfilled and there are only methods without any implementation. So if a class implements both the interfaces, then it should be like C implements both A comma B. So option A is the correct answer, and remaining three are wrong answers, and option A is correct. So please rectify this mistake here. Between two interfaces means two interfaces does not have any fulfilled methods. It should be fulfilled by other method, other class. So C is implementing both A and B as they are depending on C to fulfill their methods. So this is the correct answer, option A, for the 5th unit last question I have given here. So let's move on to again our 6th unit bits. Which of the following is a correct constructor for a thread object? So friends, the correct answer for this is option A. This is the signature or the syntax for constructor of a thread object. It can also be represented as, other correct answer is thread. It is also a constructor, but here in these options there is no this thread with empty construct, zero argument constructor, and this is thread runnable a comma string str. This is also other constructor for thread object. So both these are correct answers, and remaining three are wrong answers. And next question. Which of the following will contain the body of thread? Friends, without run method there is no body of the thread. So option A, it is easy question but also important. Run is the correct answer for this question. And moving on to next question, which one of these keywords must be used to handle the exception thrown by try block in some rational manner? Friends, here given used to be handle the exception thrown by try block. You know about try and catch blocks. Try throws the exception or raises the exception, and catch handles the thrown exception. So catch is the correct answer for this question. Option D, mark it as correct answer. And moving on to next question, which of these keywords must be used to monitor for exceptions? Guys, try is the keyword used to monitor for exceptions. So option A is correct answer for this question. And moving on to next question, which of the following can be used to create an instance of thread? Guys, here we have found two correct options for this question. One is implementing runnable interface. By implementing runnable interface, we can create an instance of thread, and also by extending the thread class. So two answers are correct and these are wrong answers. And coming to the last two questions of this entire video, that is from 6th unit, which of the following method can be used to know the priority of a thread? Guys, here priority itself represents get priority. Get priority method, it is used to know the priority of the thread. Very simple bit and also important. Guys, we have come to the final question of this entire video based on 4, 5 and 6 unit bits given in NPTEL assignments. So the final question, which of the following is not a method of the thread class in Java? The correct answer for this is option C, get names. Guys, here I have said this is correct answer. If you clearly look at the question, not a method, yes, but get names is not a correct method, which means here this is correct option for this given question. There is no method name get names, but there is a method name get name. This is exists. Get name is the method used to get the name of the method, but there is no word that is get names. So this is not a method, so it is correct answer for this question. So guys, if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so that you will get notified if I post any video. So friends, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe and share to your friends. So guys, please support my channel and thank you.